Folks, I just talk about the news, I don't make it, and the news today is Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. Welcome back to the Mario Matter, your favorite Nintendo podcast, episode 123. I am your host, Nintendo YouTuber EmSwizzle, and today we have a lot to discuss. So what is on today's program, you might ask? First things first, we go over Nintendo news with our guest. Once again, lots of crazy Nintendo Switch 2 rumors, and guess what? Most of them are believable. There are some very interesting ones. It's a great time. After that, me and our guest answer your questions you asked us about Nintendo, about gaming, that kind of stuff, and we have a fun time there. And our guest today is none other than NicoBBQ. Nico, I'm looking at it at his channel here, over 650,000 subscribers, and Nico does all sorts of cool Nintendo challenges, like how fast can you enter doors in every Mario game? Can we beat Yoshi's Story without touching a single coin? Tons of cool challenges, even just showcase videos like Top 10. He's amazing, and he's a great guy. We talked to him today about all sorts of Switch 2 things. Let's go ahead and not delay the episode. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Mario Matter, the #1 Nintendo podcast.
Nico, welcome to the Mario Matter. How's it going? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. And you know, there's another week of Nintendo Switch 2. Everything that we have here is, fortunately or unfortunately, Nintendo Switch 2 stuff. I'm excited to dive into it. And we can go ahead and dive into our first rumor here, because a lot of these things that we have to discuss today, Nico, are rumors, and honestly, you've seen them, right? We can probably believe a lot of these, right?
Yeah, it's starting to become like not rumors at this point. I feel like the entire Switch 2 is going to be revealed before Nintendo actually reveals it. But yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we've pretty much seen the thing, but let's go ahead. We have probably our biggest rumor, or one of them, to kick things off. I'll go ahead and read the details, then we'll get your thoughts. So, the rumor is, to kick things off with this show, Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons may be being used, in part, as a computer mouse. Okay, now that's a bit of a mouthful, but let me go ahead and explain. Over the past week, we got this picture that I'll put on screen for our video listeners, where we can see part of what looks like the left Joy-Con. I think that's the left one. I mean, it definitely is, but you would think that this feature would work better with the right Joy-Con. Anyways, on the left Joy-Con, you can see what appears to be an optical sensor. Now, what's that? That is the technology that appears in a computer mouse. I have one right here. I'm sure Nico has one over there. This is, there it is. This is what, are in computer mouses. Actually, this one doesn't have one because it's like a trackball mouse. Anyways, usually they're in mouses. And so that supposedly means Switch 2 Joy-Cons can be used as a computer mouse, because, you would have that side face down, and you can move it around on a surface, and then maybe you can use like the L button, which is the shoulder button, to like mouse click. Anyways, Switch 2 Joy-Cons could be used as a mouse. Off the surface, Nico, we don't know what games this could be used with. We don't know what exactly it's for. Do we like the idea? Will we be using this?
Well, at first, when I read the rumor, I thought it was stupid. I thought it was dumb. But then, I don't know if you tried this, but I actually grabbed my original Joy-Con from the Switch one, and I tried like using it as a mouse, and it actually works great with the clickety-click and everything. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe it makes sense. And then I started thinking about ways to use it in the upcoming games. And now I'm thinking like Super Mario Maker 3. Imagine being able to build your stuff and using a mouse. That would be great. So do I believe it? I kind of want to believe it. I think it's a good idea.
Any sort of Mario Maker, I think, would be great to use this mouse with. I also could see it. I don't know if they would ever add like an internet browser again, but that would be cool as well if you could use it, with that. Here's my only thing. That I wouldn't say that I don't like, but that I have questions about this mouse. Although it's great for games, let me ask you this, Nico, and maybe I know your answer, maybe I don't. Where do you most often play your Nintendo Switch?
Actually, I play it on the TV, sitting on a couch. So that's where I mostly play it.
So I'm the exact same. That's what I
Okay.
do too. How do you use the mouse? Like, I know that we had it for the SNES mouse, but like, I don't have a spot to like be using the mouse like that. That's where I kind of like don't know what
But
to
this
do.
is where you buy the brand new peripheral, the Nintendo Switch 2 official mousepad.
Oh God! And guess
Imagine.
what? It'll be like $50.
Yeah, because it's like quality plastic, you know?
I can get like a cardboard box to use it on, but
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. It kind of confuses me how this is gonna work. But
Agreed, yeah.
something else that's also interesting on these Joy-Cons, if you look at the picture, there's like somebody pointed this out. There's like, I'm not sure what it's called, like a glide pad like on the bottom where it's like really meant to be like used as a mouse. I'm not sure, like one of those glide things like that mice have on the bottom there. Like the very bottom, there's like a little circle down there.
Yeah,
So I guess it really is going to be used like a mouse. I just have trouble seeing how it's going to work. But Mario Maker would be great. Internet browser would be cool. I don't know if they'll have that. Overall, good addition, weird addition.
yeah, I'm gonna say it's a weird addition. Like, it reminds me of that infrared sensor on the original Joy-Con, which was used in like 10 games. So is it gonna be one of those things again? One of those things where you use them for like 2 or 3 games and no one else will use it? I don't know. It's a weird idea, but it's Nintendo. They gotta have a gimmick. They gotta have something, you know? So
For sure. It wouldn't be Nintendo without a weird gimmick. But we can
Exactly.
then move to our next little... it's actually not a rumor. It's actually news here. Official news. And this comes via CES 2025, which is the Consumer Electronics Show. Nintendo Switch accessory company, Genki, if I'm saying that right, went to CES and just talked a lot about Nintendo Switch 2. We don't know if they were allowed to, but they just said, screw it, we'll tell you everything that we know. And so basically what we have here is a handful of information from Genki, who talked about the Switch 2. So first things first, they showed us a dummy model of the Switch 2, which is essentially what looks like a Switch 2, but it doesn't work, doesn't turn on. It's just kind of like a model. You can see what it looks like, all the buttons, that kind of stuff. They showed us that. They also showed us that dummy model side by side with a normal Switch, the Switch 1. And honestly, just looking at that, the Switch 2 looks a lot bigger than I thought than the Switch 1, doesn't it?
yeah, it looks way bigger actually. I thought it was gonna be like as big as the OLED, but then I remember the OLED is the exact same size as the original Switch. It's only the screen that's bigger.
Yeah.
But now the whole unit is quite big. And you know what? I kind of like it.
I like it too. I mean, especially like, I'm not sure if you have big hands. I have like somewhat decent sized hands. That's just better for us. You know, we have more to hold there. It's just more comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's always a plus. And then that's cool. We've known what the Switch 2 will probably look like. You know, we've seen it over the the past few months. The biggest kicker here, the biggest news I think is nice to pull out of this. You know, they showed some other pictures and videos too. They claim they're expecting and that they've heard the Switch 2 will launch in April of 2025. Now that's in 3 months. It just mind boggles me because like Switch was revealed in October, launched in March. That's what, 5 months?
Yep.
I mean, do you think that they need more than 3 months? Like, if they showed it, I don't know, tomorrow, for example, would April line up? Like, do they need more months than 3?
To be honest, I don't think they need more months. Like, people didn't know what the Switch was, so they had to reveal it earlier. But now the Switch is like, everyone knows what a Switch is. So having a Switch 2, it's a better one. It's more powerful. I think you don't need that many months for the consumers to get that. It is the sequel. It is a new one. It is, a new console, basically.
Exactly, yeah, because once you see Switch 2, it's like, oh, it's the Switch, which I know what it is, but it's better, And if they have like a 6-month wait, I feel like that's kind of annoying. Like, as you just said, considering it's the same thing but better, it's like, why are we waiting 6 months? So I think a 3-month turnaround makes sense. What I don't understand is people saying like it'll be shown off in March and released in April. That's way too short. That's a little bit too short. That can't happen, I don't think. But if it did launch in April, I would like that. That's way sooner than I expected,
Yeah, I thought we were going for like a holiday 2025 release date. So
yeah,
having it launch in 3 months, yeah, sign me in. I'm good. I want it right now.
I was thinking like June or September. No, this is great. I'll take it in April, and we can get, who knows? We can see 3D Mario in April. It's gonna be good stuff. Gonna be great. But we then get to our next rumor, and this one we have seen a little bit over the past couple weeks. We have a rumor about the Nintendo Switch 2 dock, and I really shouldn't call it a rumor. I very much so believe this, but it's not confirmed, so we have to call it that. A rumor. We see another picture of the Switch 2 dock, and this image comes via Laura Kate Dale or Laura K Buzz on Twitter. They post this picture from their source, and it's a picture of what I think is the back of the Switch 2 dock. Now, we've seen part of the dock, which was shared by Next Handheld, a Switch 2 Twitter leaker. They showed us the dock, I believe, 2 weeks ago. And now this is another picture of the dock. And now, Laura's picture that we have today and Next Handheld's picture of the dock look like the same dock. So, in all likelihood, this is a real picture of the dock. Now, what's the info that we get from this? So, the biggest thing is this dock will need a 60-watt charger, meaning the Switch 1 charger will not work. Now, I'm no technical person, but does that mean, like, this needs more power? Obviously, right? Like, it's going to be a big boy?
I think it does, yeah. Or maybe, like, it will support, like, special accessory as well as the Switch, so it needs more power output. Or maybe I've heard a rumor that this might be AI upscaling.
Oh, yeah.
The dock could like feature like more power that would be required for upscaling when playing docked. But those are all rumors at this point. We can only speculate.
Yeah, it's interesting. Not much to say here, but have you seen like the full like renders that people are making of the new dock? It looks really, really nice. Very similar to like what we have now, but it looks just fresh. It just looks smooth, It's just cool stuff. But
the rounded corners, they make it look so amazing.
Have you seen like the screen might be like exposed at the top? That would be really cool. For like showing the clock or showing some notifications or something like that,
Yeah, I've seen a render that displayed that, and I was like, yeah, okay, sign me in. I want that.
Exactly.
I don't need the alarmo no more. I can have like the clock right on my Switch dock.
Heck yeah. No alarmo. Alarmo's canceled. But like, even if like, you could see the top screen, it'd be cool if they could like, and they announced alarmo one day. What if it showed on your Switch, like, we announced a new alarm clock. Like, you can just put random things on there, like while it's docked and that top screen shows, you can put, Nintendo tweeted this or Donkey Kong releases next week. Things like that would be cool. But not much to say there, just some news that came out, or a rumor, perhaps. Yeah. But our next piece of news, listen, I want to dive into this, because if this is real, I'm going to freak out, okay? This is my favorite rumor of today, because I am such a Miiverse enthusiast, okay? So, our rumor here is a service similar to Nintendo's Miiverse, which Miiverse was the social media platform on Wii U and 3DS, will be on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, I will go ahead and get everyone's expectations low. This is the least believable rumor on here because we don't know where it comes from. I couldn't tell you where it's from Reddit, but we can't see the person's username or proof that they are a good leaker. This could all be nothing, but it was shared by Acer Malos on Twitter. They made it, popular, but this rumor, the source comes from God knows who. So here's the rumor. I'll read it and then I'll grab Nico's thoughts. So, this is what the post says. Nintendo is launching a built-in social media for Switch 2 called Vidmio. M-I-I-O. Vidmio. First of all, the name. I like it, you know?
I kind of like it, but I thought the whole Me branding was gone with the Wii U. So having it back, I don't know. It doesn't make it believable because of that, but I would really like it.
It would be so cool. And also, like, I mean, as you just said, they are getting rid of like the Me. Even like the Miis themselves are fading. Like they aren't being used in many games. They're in the settings menu. Mm-hmm. So it would be kind of weird, but I love the name. And then they go on to say, I don't want to share too much information and how I got this information because it could lead to someone getting into serious trouble. Essentially, this will be somewhat similar to Miiverse. To what Miiverse was on the Wii U. Users can share screen-recorded content and make posts. I haven't seen it, but apparently the app icon looks similar to that of YouTube, but it's green. Now, I will pause here. Did you see somebody supposedly leaked the icon for this Vidmio app? But they got exposed because whatever icon they leaked was like an icon being used on some like streaming website. Like it wasn't real. So that makes me believe this less. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, haven't seen that icon, but yeah, definitely that's suspicious.
Mm-hmm. It was like this green. I mean, it looked like the YouTube play button, but it was like 3 of them like stacked. It was weird. I'll go on. They go on to say the app is designed. Now here's what worries me. The app is designed in the style of TikTok, apparently with a lot of vertical scrolling to view content. Yes, I am serious. Lol. Now that sounds like a red flag, but if you think about it, I mean, when I think of vertical scrolling, that's any social media app. Who is to say it's like TikTok in the way? Because you know the Switch is like it's a horizontal thing. To have any social media app, it's gonna have to vertically scroll. I don't think it'll be like TikTok in the way that you scroll onto one video, you watch it, then you scroll to the next. I think it's just like Twitter, where you can scroll, and there's video. I can't talk. There's videos attached, but it's not like TikTok in that way, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah, or maybe they mean like it's infinite scrolling, so as you scroll, more content is always being loaded in the background. So maybe that's what they mean by TikTok, like infinite scrolling, but
yeah,
I don't know. I agree with you. Like pretty much every social media nowadays is just, you can scroll for hours and hours and it's vertical scrolling. So
exactly. Yeah. If it is like TikTok though, and the way that, you know, there's videos, I don't want to get into it, like brain rot stuff. Oh, come on. I don't need that on Vidmio. But then to end things off, they say there will be a direct messaging feature and community options for a feeling of social connection. I have also been told that the C button is related to the community features of this app. That honestly is the most believable part, I feel like. Because what is that C button for?
Yeah.
If they make a social media app, I mean, it makes sense. Big app, you have a whole button for it. You can press the C button to go right to the community. That makes sense to me, doesn't it? Yep.
Yeah, I agreed. Just like the way Miiverse was integrated in the Wii U menu. So you could just tap it and share your stuff. So yeah, I'd like that. Like, let's be honest, the Switch One social features are pretty lacking, to say the least. They're non-existent almost. So yeah, I would like that to be true. On Switch 2, for sure.
Indeed. I mean, any sort of Miiverse would just be, oh my gosh. I mean, because as you said, there's nothing to do. They had the whole Twitter integration, then they took it away. It's not their fault. I think now Twitter like charges for some sort of integration. So it was costing Nintendo. It wasn't their fault, but you can't share it to Twitter. All you can do is share to like your phone and then post it to Twitter. It's not good. So Vidmio,
wait, you can share it on Facebook. Do not forget Facebook.
I forgot about Facebook.
But no, exactly. You can't share it anywhere, basically.
Well, Facebook's popping. I mean, the day that I share something to Facebook from my Switch is the day I need to think about retiring. Okay, this is I don't know, but Vidmio on Switch 2. How fast are we booting up that app day one, Switch 2 launch?
Oh, instantly for sure. Like, if it looks just like 10, if it's just like 10% of what Miiverse was, it's gonna be amazing. Anyways, like I miss Miiverse. It was great.
It felt more community-like, and so I missed that. I mean, even if they didn't have Vidmeo and they had like, I don't know, Street Pass or something, that would be great too. But something community is what I want, you know?
Exactly. Just being able to share with your fellow gamers on the platform, you know, not having to go to an external website, just having it on the Switch itself.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Do you think that there could be any problems with like moderation? Because on Miiverse, like people were posting out of pocket stuff, you know? How do they plan to do this now, you know? And there's also direct messaging. You don't know what people are going to be saying to people, you know? It's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, it is. Like, we don't want the whole Xbox
Call
era
of Duty.
of share, Call of Duty experience on Nintendo. I know Nintendo doesn't want that, that's for sure. So I don't know if they bring back like Vidmeo or whatnot. They need like moderators and they need a way to report and ban. I don't know how they're gonna do it, because usually Nintendo's being very family friendly. So anything that could lead to potential abuse or whatnot, they don't partake in that. So yeah, I want to believe, but
Same.
I'm still being, you know, I'm being cautious, you know.
There could even be like a system though or something. I mean, of course they'll let you report posts that are bad, but I feel like there has to be a good way to do it. Like if a post gets 10 reports, take it down instantly. Like there's got to be some way that you can pretty much automate that. So I think if they want to do this, they will figure it out. Something I have not figured out though is our next rumor. And this is confusing to me, okay? This is confusing. I don't know whether I should buy into this or not, but I'll go ahead and I'll talk about it. So, our next rumor, I mean, it's not a rumor, but like what it means is the rumor, okay? Nintendo Japan, their Twitter account, they have changed the banner of their Twitter account, which they do, I think, you know, all of the Nintendo of Europe, America, I think that they change their, you know, banners pretty often. They have changed their banner to a photo of Mario and Luigi with their hands out, like pointing to something, and it's just a white background. Now, we're not looking too far into this. This actually means something, because apparently, who did the research? Adrian190303 on Reddit pointed out they used the Wayback Machine, which is a computer, I believe a website, which just, you know, lets you see previous versions of Twitter accounts, for example, or websites. The last time Nintendo used this banner was October of 2016, which is when they announced the Switch 1. So, are they playing mind games with us now? Like, is it going to happen very soon? What do we think?
It has to happen very soon. Like, especially if it releases in April, they have to give us something. But I don't know, the whole banner thing, it might just be a coincidence. But then again, I don't know if it was the same way back when they announced the original Switch. They might be, you know, playing with us at this point.
Here's the thing. Even if they changed it for no reason, it's going to look like something because they're going to announce this console in the next few months. So everyone's going to say, they did that. So then they announced, you know, Switch 2 after. I mean, part of me just wants to buy into everything right now. So I can believe this. Like after they announce Switch 2, they'll update the banner with Mario and Luigi like pointing at the Switch 2 logo. Yeah. Something like that. I don't think I'll seriously buy into everything unless, like, if Nintendo of America puts this as their banner, I can believe it. And the only reason I can believe that is because their banner is always like new Donkey Kong game, you know, coming out next week. You know, whatever new game is coming out, that's their like Twitter banner. It's always changing. If they change it to this, that's suspect. The Japan one, you might be able to get away with it. It's going to be interesting. And I guess we can get into our next little bit. I put a talking point for us here because this is a natural transition here. With this banner being changed this week, it's January. Do we think the Nintendo Switch 2 will be revealed in January? Now, we have one piece of evidence to back this up. and I'll go ahead and read it. Then we can talk about it. Next Handheld, that Twitter leaker who is shown to be very credible, posted recently saying that they have heard once again the Switch 2 will be revealed in January. I just kind of want to talk about this. We have some 20 days left in the month. Do we think it happens this month, Nico?
Dang, that's a tough question. I do believe it's happening this month. I don't know. There's been so many leakers just saying the same thing. They're just saying it's January and it's releasing like March or April. So at this point, like, I don't think everybody's just, just inventing stuff. They're just making stuff up. No, I think there's really some leakers that I've heard some insider informations and they're sharing it. And I think Next Handheld was the one that posted those pictures on Christmas last year, right?
Right.
Okay. So basically he proved that he had the real deal. It was credible. So yeah, I do believe that the only reason why the console wouldn't be shown in January was if Nintendo wants to troll everyone and just, throw a fuss. They're like, okay, you want to leak everything? Then we're going to release it in February or something. Like play with the leakers, but that would be kind of dumb. So yeah, I think this is it. I think this is happening this month, this time. Hopefully, please.
I hope so as well. Because honestly, like, the whole reveal trailer, it's not even about seeing the Switch 2, because we know what it looks like based on everything. It's about seeing if they show a new 3D Mario, new Mario Kart 9. That's what I'm in it for. I'm not in it for the console. I'm in it for the games, because they have to show those, because I've said it like every episode for like the past 5 episodes. You can't sell this system with the hardware, because everyone knows what Switch 2 looks like. When Switch 1 was shown, I've said it before, it was like, wow, a new system. Now you don't have that, because, the Switch 2 is so similar. You have to sell the console with the good games. And so in that trailer, I better see Mario Kart 9. I better see Mario Odyssey 2, or, whatever new 3D Mario. I better see Elden Ring, everything, So it's going to be interesting. I myself, I don't want any credit for this, because I've been one to say, like, Switch 2 is going to come out in September. Oh, then, or be shown in September. Then when it wasn't, I was like, October, this is the month. And then I was like, November, it's happening. So now for me to say January, I'm like the boy who cried wolf. I can't say that fairly. However, my updated prediction, I think it does happen in January, because Nintendo's got that investors meeting in February. You can't not reveal it before then, after you've had, multiple investors meet. How can you do that? I can't even think straight. Their investors meeting in March of last year was where they announced that the Switch 2 was real and that it would be announced very soon. What are you going to come to this one and say if you don't show the console before then? And that's like February 3rd or 4th. You got to show something before then, right?
Yeah, agreed that they have, because the investors will not be happy if nothing is shown and if it's only like leaks and rumors. Like, some of those investors and people at Nintendo are probably mad that everything is leaking right now and it's not through them. So I have a feeling that if they want to make the investors happy, they have to reveal it in January and say, look, this is a console. It's that powerful, and here's a couple games we're going to release. Bum, 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 bum. And there you go. Now invest. Give us money.
Exactly.
So, yeah, they have to do it in January. I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah. I didn't know they had the meeting in February. So, yeah, that gives more credibility to this whole January reveal thing.
Indeed. Do you think that the leaks have any change in when they show off the console?
I don't think so. Like, I don't work for Nintendo or anything, but typically those big companies, they plan ahead, like years ahead. So if this was the plan to reveal it in January, then they're going to do it no matter what happens, unless, I don't know, something like a crazy like world event happens or something. So Yeah, I don't think they're gonna troll the leakers and push back. And no, they're just gonna stick to the plan. And if the plan was January, they're gonna do it.
Right.
If it wasn't, then we're all stupid and we got baited again.
Yeah. I just can't wait until I see that phone notification. It says, tune in for a special presentation. And listen, Nico, they can't say there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor like they've been doing for months. They can't say that this time. So I can't wait. Now, we think January. Final question here. Do we think next week, the week after that? When exactly?
Okay, let me check the calendar. So right now,
this week's over with. They gave us a Xenoblade trailer this morning, which, by the way, that leaker Puro, that bird thing, he leaked that Xenoblade new trailer. So he's right. He's on the money. So it can't be this week. Next week, the week after?
Maybe the week after.
Let me check the calendar too.
And
let me check.
Because this week is done for. Then next week, it's the 13th through the 17th. That would be like the middle of the month. No, that could be a good spot to announce it. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're gonna wait for like CES to be over with so that they don't compete with those types of news and rumors. I don't even know when it ends.
Yeah,
maybe it's already over. I don't know. Do we think next week or the week after?
Here's the thing. I'm saying next week. I'm looking at this calendar here, and the only week that doesn't have some sort of holiday is next week. January 20th is Martin Luther King Day. The one after that, the week after that, there's a Lunar New Year on Wednesday. I think next week. I mean, you can get by revealing it one of those 2 weeks with the holiday in it, but I feel like next week. Ain't nothing going on. There's nothing going on,
Wait, you forgot about Donkey Kong. He returns again.
Oh, God, right. Oh, yeah. Can you do it next week? Because that's happening.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's releasing on the 16th, so next week. But do they really care about Donkey Kong returns?
I mean, probably not, because they did it's not as big as a Switch 2 release, but they did a mini direct plus Indie World showcase the same week that EMEO was coming out. But that's a pretty small presentation and a pretty small game. Those didn't affect each other. Donkey Kong, I mean, it's no new Donkey Kong. It's a remaster for $60. But I think that you would avoid next week, actually. Now that I am, remembering that, you probably don't do it next week. Maybe you announce, I don't know. They should really tease something, like post a blacked out image of the Switch 2. Do something. Let's tease us, but if not next week, are we saying the week after, the week of January 20th?
Yeah, I think that's a good one, especially if the investors meeting is 2 weeks after that.
Right, yep.
This could give them enough time to see the consumer reaction and is it going to be popular? Do we invest in this? Do we back out? Do we run away? They won't. Obviously, it's going to be popular. But maybe. Yeah, okay, let's go in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the Switch 2 is going to be revealed.
Alrighty. I'm going to say January 22nd.
Yeah, that makes sense. They're going to post their Twitter tease on the night of the 21st.
Right.
And then we get the trailer on the 22nd.
Do you think it'll be that picture of Mario behind the curtain or whatever? Or what are they going to post now, when they announce the NX?
They should have that picture again, but with Luigi this time around.
Oh, that would be so good. If they do that, we got to give props to the marketing team. That would be crazy if they put Luigi instead. Oh, but that would be freaking awesome.
That'd be amazing.
But yes, January 22nd is our official bet. I hope it happens. I need to see new Nintendo games. I've not seen a new Nintendo game since June of last year when we got the Direct.
Yeah,
Nothing
I think
new.
the last major Nintendo game I played is Mario and Luigi Brothership, and then I have nothing else to play now. Well, Donkey Kong, yay, but who cares really? Some people care. I don't want to judge. I know I'm gonna buy it. I'm dumb. I'm gonna buy the $60 remake.
Same.
But Yeah, we're Nintendo fans. That's what we do, and it's a great game. It's just that I've played it twice already. So do I really need to play it a third time?
Yes.
This time in HD. Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah.
Alrighty, but folks, that's all of our rumors and news. Let us know what you think in the comments. But now it is time. The show is not over to get to the question block segment where me and Nico answer your questions you asked us. Let's go ahead and get over there. My friends, you have made it to the question block segment, the Q&A segment, where me and Nico answer your questions. If you want to leave any questions for this show, there are two ways to do so. I post on my YouTube community tab every single week asking for questions. You can go there. That's my biggest written form reach that I have, so I do it there. If you don't want to wait there, or you aren't subscribed to my main channel, which is a crime, please do. You can join my Discord server and you can ask questions in there. All links down below. With that said, first question for me and Nico. Nico, I will begin with you. They ask, Orange Inkling asks, what is your favorite Nintendo music that you've heard in Nintendo Switch games? For example, Splatoon games, Mario games, etc. So, like one track that we really love.
For Nintendo Switch, let's.
I gotta think. Because I have my favorite, like, Wii and 3DS, but not Switch necessarily. I gotta think. I don't even know.
Like, I know Breath of the Wild has great sounds and ambient sounds.
Right.
And, like, the shrine theme and whatnot. But are those my favorite songs? I don't know. They're pretty good, but dang, Nintendo Switch music. That's a tough one.
I can't even. I feel like I'm a big music guy. Here I have one. I have a cheat. So they didn't say Nintendo made games, just Switch games, and they've brought some Wii games to the Switch. So I'm gonna cheat here. Have you ever played Sonic Colors?
I have, yeah.
That intro song is possibly like top 3 greatest video game music pieces of all time. If you remember it, it's like the one that plays with that like intro video or whatever. Reach for the Stars. That's great. It's on the Switch. If you haven't heard it, anybody out there, go listen to it. That's my pick.
I'll believe you. I don't remember that song, but I'll believe you. You know what? I'm gonna use the cheat as well. So on the Switch, they have Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which features Super Mario Galaxy.
Oh.
And Super Mario Galaxy is just fantastic. Like, every song in that game is a masterpiece. Mm-hmm. Like, I actually listen to like relaxing Nintendo music playlists on YouTube, and most of them have like 50% Mario Galaxy songs.
It's so good.
So I don't know which one should I pick. Let me pick Mario Galaxy songs. Just need a title.
That Toy Time Galaxy one's pretty good. If you remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's classic, but it's good.
It's a good one. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pick that one.
Alrighty.
Anything that comes from Mario Galaxy is good stuff.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Goatfish asks, interesting one. What size and kind of micro SD card do you have in your Switch/Switches? So maybe multiple. I'll start with you.
Oh, that's very specific.
Man.
Let me grab the Switch real quick.
Let's see.
I'm gonna pull out.
Wait, make sure to power off your Switch before you do that, because it'll give you a thing. It'll give you an error, right? Yeah, look at that. It gave you the error.
Dang it.
No.
Well, I break my Switch live. It's a 256 gigabyte
that's perfect,
SD card.
Yeah.
So I typically buy, well, you can see in the background right there, but I buy my games physical.
Right.
So I don't really need that much storage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think 256 is more than enough. Did I destroy my Switch now? Oh, I have to turn off the console. Dang it.
It's all good though. It's happened to me many times before. That little error that pops up.
I never removed the SD card, so I didn't know you had to turn off the console. But it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. So I used to have a 256 in my main Switch. I have a Switch Lite too. I've got a 512 now in the main Switch. I don't even use like 200 of it. I'm like at 180 gigabytes of it being used. I don't even use a whole lot of it. I just have it because it was on sale one time, and I don't know. I felt like I might need it one day, but it's fine because I can transfer it to my Switch 2, and those game files might be bigger, so we're all good there. In the Switch Lite, I only have a 64, gigabyte SD card because I have, like you, most of my games physically. I don't need much storage, especially for my second Switch. So I have a 512. I don't use 80% of it, but
You might be using it with the Switch 2, so it's good to have it.
Yeah, I can just transfer it over, pop it in there. Maybe, what if they let you transfer your micro SD card and your games are already downloaded on the Switch 2? Nah, that seems too technical. Because then you can just import anyone's SD card. Like, I can take your SD card and put it in my Switch, and then I have all your games. Yeah, that can't happen. That can't happen.
They're not going to do that because of piracy.
Yeah.
But that would be great, but yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Cannot happen, but that would be cool. So,
yeah.
Next,
for sure.
I can't pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. Omar Salam, I'm sorry. Do you think the Switch Successor will actually be called Switch 2?
Well, because of all the rumors we've heard, yes, it's going to be called the Switch 2, but I don't know if you've heard, well, you probably heard because you followed the rumors, but at one point there was this YouTube survey that called it the Switch Attach.
Yep.
Please don't be the Switch Attach. I'm not an investor, but if I was a Nintendo investor, no, don't call it the Switch Attach. We don't want to see another Wii U fiasco. Mm-hmm. So I think Switch 2, it makes sense. Like, everything has numbers nowadays. Like the iPhones, the
PlayStations,
Android Pixels, Samsung S, whatever, PlayStations, iPads. So yeah, everything works with numbers at this point. So yeah, I think it's going to be called the Switch 2. They're not going to risk confusing people with a weird name. So they're going to keep it stupid simple with the Switch 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Switch Attach. Definitely Wii U situation. Even honestly, it wasn't as bad, but even DS to 3DS, I mean, that's a big enough difference in the name. But there were very casual DS owners who were not big Nintendo fans necessarily, just wanted that DS to play on the go. They might look at it and go, that's just a newer DS. Ha ha ha, because it looks the same. You gotta call it Switch 2. This is how everybody, as you just said, will know it's a brand new thing. There's no other name to name it. As you were just saying, when there's a new iPhone 17, everyone knows, it's a phone. It works similar, but it's got something new about it, PS5, brand new, everyone knows. So Switch 2, smartest name. And as you said, with all these rumors coming out, we've seen the supposed logo for the Switch 2, and it's definitely called Switch 2. I'm not sure if you've seen the logo. It's the same Switch logo, but it has a 2 next to it. Yeah. It's got to be called Switch 2. I mean, there's nothing else to name it.
It's very simple but very effective. So
right.
Yeah, and imagine if they release a Switch 2 OLED in a far future. They could call it Switch 2 OLED. Having the number just makes it easy to name literally any other versions of it.
This is what I was thinking about, and I'll go ahead and ask you this because I was thinking about it yesterday while I was driving, and I couldn't figure out, a solution here. When Switch 2 physical games come out, what does the box art look like? Because, I mean, you gotta make it somewhat different, because if it's that red box in the top left, you have to really look closely to know if that game is a Switch 1 game or a Switch 2 game. It won't be a very distinguishable difference,
Well, maybe they're going to do something like what they did with the DS to 3DS boxes. So the console name was on top instead of on the sides. Maybe they're going to move the Switch logo on the box. Because now it's on the top left corner on the box, right? Maybe they're going to put it top right.
That would be cool. I wouldn't
I don't know.
mind that.
I didn't think about that. That's actually an interesting question. Or maybe it's going to be another color. Maybe it's not going to be red themed at all. So maybe the new color of the Switch 2 it's gonna be yellow or something.
Something like that. Yeah. What you could do is go back to, and I'm not sure if this is the best option, go back to like the Wii U and just have it like kind of swoop down from the top sort of thing. I don't know, because it takes up more box room if you do that. Like, you know, so I'm not sure what to do, but
Maybe
that's
they're
going to
have
be
smaller boxes like what they did with the 3DS. So that would, I don't know.
They could have that, because like one of the biggest things at the Switch's launch was like how big the box is and how tiny the cartridge is. Like that was always weird. They could go back to like a 3DS size box. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's nothing in one of these boxes. There's
nothing.
Like, nothing. It's useless. They could like cut it right there and it would work fine.
Exactly.
So yeah, maybe they're just gonna change the color. I'm gonna go with change the color. They're gonna make it not red. They're gonna try something else.
I think that you have to keep that Nintendo red though. I mean, I couldn't see them doing like orange or blue, or I don't know. It'd be cool, but yeah, that's gonna be fun to see. That'll be fun.
Rounded corners instead of a square logo.
Oh yeah,
like they did with the duck. You know, with the duck.
Futuristic. Yeah,
yeah,
that would be cool as well. Cappy asks, "What is your favorite non-Nintendo game?" I never have a good answer for this.
Yeah, mine's embarrassing. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and say it, but for the past year, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. So
that's not embarrassing, though.
Well, I mean, I get judged for playing this game all the time, but I like it. It's actually good.
It's very good. I was hooked on it in like more so like 2018, 2017. Not much anymore. I was hooked too. I mean, it's a good game, you know. It's good. People make fun of it, but once you start playing, you can't stop, you know.
It is pretty fun, and they keep updating it, so it stays relevant. But yeah, besides that, I don't play that much. I don't do that much gaming, to be honest. I play my Nintendo single-player games, and then when I need to play online, I play Fortnite, basically.
I'm the same. I play Nintendo and Switch stuff, but if I want to play something else, I play like sports games. But I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say that Madden 25 is my favorite, you know, non-Nintendo game, or like FIFA or EA Sports FC, you know, whatever it's called. I wouldn't say that is my answer. I would say, I'll tell you this. My favorite Wii game is, for whatever reason, my answer is more embarrassing than yours is. My favorite Wii game is a Christmas game. It's called We Wish You a Merry Christmas. It's so much fun. it makes the whole holiday season. So I guess that would be the answer.
The title is fantastic. I love it. It's great. We wish you.
the unfortunate thing is it's not like Wii though. It's just Wii. It's WE. But here's the thing. I had the lead developer on this podcast, and he told me he wanted to have it as Wii, like WII, but Nintendo said no.
Oh, dang it.
Man. But yeah, dude, that game's fun. You know, you can only play it for 25 days of the year where it makes sense, but it's fun. It's so much fun. And yeah, I would say that's probably, embarrassingly, my answer. And then finally,
that's a good pick.
Yeah. Finally, Phoenix Smith asks, what's a character that you would like to see added to Mario Kart? I feel like you would have a good answer for this. My answer would be like something stupid.
Well, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if it's going to be a controversial take, but I don't really care about the characters in Mario Kart that much. Like characters in Smash Bros, they have their own moveset, they have their own like stuff, but in Mario Kart, you just sit them in a go-kart and they drive. So I've been I pick Yoshi or like Tanuki Mario, and those are my main two characters that I play in Mario Kart. So I don't know, even if they add like 1,000 characters, I don't really care. I'm always going to play Yoshi and Tanuki Mario or something. But they have Pauline already. They added her in the last update. I'm trying to find like a Mario character that needs to be in a Mario Kart. And then again, like Mario Kart is not only Mario anymore, because they have Link, they have the Splatoon Inklings.
I was going to say, do you think that a character from like Metro, like Samus could get in there in Mario Kart 9?
Yeah, Samus could get in there. Like that could be cool. Or maybe like Captain Falcon, because they already have the F-Zero tracks and F-Zero karts. So maybe add Captain Falcon. But yeah, I don't know. Bring back the Honey Hive Galaxy Queen Bee. I think she was in Mario Kart 7 or something.
Yep.
So yeah, that's going to be my pick. Bring her back. I miss her. Never picked her because I always pick Yoshi. But bring her back.
I never really thought about that. Like, yeah, even if they add more characters, I'm probably just going to keep using... I use the Animal Crossing villager. I'll probably just keep using him. So it doesn't matter to me now that I think about it. But you're bringing back Queen Bee or whatever. Yeah, that's her name, right?
I think. I don't know.
I think
Queen
think so.
Bee Mario. Yeah, that's Queen Bee.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
We got it. It's her official name.
I'm gonna bring back Rob from Mario Kart DS.
DS.
I'm gonna bring him back. They have Wiggler, right? Okay, yeah, they have Wiggler. I think in Mario Kart 8. Right?
Is he in Mario Kart 8?
I haven't played in a while. I'm totally forgetting.
He's in Mario Kart 7, but is he in Mario Kart 8? Maybe.
I thought he was, right? They have Wiggler. I can't even remember the whole roster here.
Yeah,
okay,
he's back.
Okay, cool.
No, wait, he's not back.
It's not?
He's back. Okay,
he's in.
Google is confusing me. Like they're saying yes, no, yes, but I think he was added in the DLC booster thing. So yeah, he's in.
I mean, bring in Ochi. I mean, screw it. Just bring everybody in, Ochi from Pikmin would be cool. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Rob. Rob from Mario Kart DS. Bring him back. I think that Mario Kart 9 will have a pretty big roster. I think that they're going to bring in everyone and make it Nintendo Kart. Because why not? Why not? Why not?
Yeah. It's the next evolution in Mario Kart at this point.
Right.
You can't just... they're not going to release another game with 96 tracks from the get-go. So they're going to have to put their focus on something else. So maybe new characters with each having their own special items or whatnot. Yeah, they're going to have to put their focus on something else. So maybe, they're going to add a lot of new characters. That could be cool.
I'm hyped for that, man. But those are our questions, Nico. Thank you so much for coming on the show. That is a wrap. A lot of cool Switch 2 things to keep an eye on. I'm excited. And maybe we'll have you back on once they show us the dang thing. On
January 22nd.
January 22nd. Mark
You've heard it
calendars.
first here.
If it's not this month, I'm going to be a little bit upset.
I'm going to cry.
Oh my gosh. Dude, we've never been closer to this thing being shown.
We are so close, yet it feels like we are so far at the same time.
But the thing is, though, after it's shown, it's like, then what? Then it releases, and then it just can't there's nothing to look forward to. So I'm trying to enjoy all of this lead up,
Yeah. But then after, we're going to be looking forward to every new games, like the next Splatoon, the next Smash,
that's
the next
true.
Mario. So this is where the hype is going to be. But yeah, this hardware hype, it feels like it's only happening now every 10 years. So we have to, enjoy it. Enjoy the leaks and everything.
But you have a good point. Once it comes out, we're going to get a new game every 2 weeks. It'll be insane. So I'm excited for that. And we haven't seen that since 2018, 19, when the Switch was popping, So that's going to be great. But folks, that is it. Thank you, Nico. If you have any upcoming projects, any cool things to share, the floor is yours. And also, where can they find you online?
Well, first, thank you so much for having me. That was a great time. You can find me on YouTube, youtube.com/NicoBBQ. And I'm currently working on a video about predicting the next Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 10 stuff. So this is gonna come out. It's not gonna be out when this podcast is live, but it's gonna be a little bit afterwards. So you can look out for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Go subscribe and check it out when it comes out. I will see you all next Saturday for even more Nintendo stuff. And I was going to say maybe even the Switch 2 reveal, but no, because we have Donkey Kong. So that probably won't happen. If it does, though, we will cover it. I'll see you all next Saturday for more. Adios.
Bye.